Welcome back to another special episode of Digitally Assembled. Today we're going to be joined by the incredible digital artist Till Freitag. And we're going to go on a special journey for SHIPtember. In the LEGO community, there's this thing called SHIPtember, super huge investment in parts, or super huge investment in processing, in which people in the LEGO community have to build something either physically or digitally that's over 100 studs long in a month's time. To give you an idea of just how big 100 studs is, this is 100 studs long. That's a lot of building in 1 month's time. So I thought for this month, why don't we do something really special? There's a lot of talk going around about AI image generation and AI art. So Till and I are going to be using this AI tool called Midjourney to create a prompt for us to create art for SHIPtember. He's going to create his own digital art based off of the image generated by Midjourney, and I'm going to build a digital Lego spaceship using whatever the AI comes up with based on our prompt. So why don't we get into it and see how Midjourney works and what it's going to create for us to make our art. Till, welcome to the channel. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hi everyone, my name is Till. I'm a concept artist from Berlin, Germany, and I focus on hard surface sci-fi designs, and I currently work as a freelancer.
Till has an incredible amount of work. You can check out some of his work on Instagram and some other links here. So why don't you explain to our viewers what Midjourney is?
So Midjourney is an AI image creation tool that's based on text prompts that you can input, and it will give you images based on the prompts that you've chosen, and it really comes up with some super creative stuff, and you can use it to iterate and refine your images and eventually use them in however you would like them to use. There are many ways, and I use them for concept art. So
that's one of the things I really like about the future with AI is that I know a lot of people are scared about what AI is doing to the art space, but I think there's great potential to use tools like this to do what we're doing, to build off of, to generate ideas and produce art faster.
Yeah, I completely agree with you until it replaces me.
The robot apocalypse is upon us.
I'm just being honest right here. No, it's improving at a super rapid rate, and at the moment it's super useful to just, as a shortcut, as one of many tools in your belt, like 3D, Photobash or whatever it was. Going from just painting everything to photobashing, and from photobashing to using 3D and lighting and whatever this stuff brings was also back then and then very controversial, and now it's just the next step in this evolution. At the moment it's just a tool, but I think.
So why don't we show everyone what Midjourney looks like and how it works?
Yeah, so Midjourney is used in Discord, and you have just some type of chatbot that you write to, and you have different commands you can use, and the main one you want to use is just imagine. So we can do an example here, imagine, and then the command pops up, and you can type in the prompts that you want. So let's just take something generic like fantasy world, and you type it in with your prompts. There are like different tricks you can use with it, and then it will create an image, and it's reasonably fast. So you can see this is like the paid version. It has a fast mode, it has a slow mode. This is like the fast mode, so it generates the images, and they are very diffuse, and they will gradually get more clear, and it gives you like different ideas, different variations. So it's now 80% done.
So this is processing in real time, and you can refine prompts, correct? You can go from fantasy world, and then you can say fantasy world in the style of Van Gogh.
Yeah. So this is like the very generic one. This is like very little control. I just typed in fantasy world, but there was like it's like a very generic whatever. It could give me whatever. But yeah, now we have like these 4 images, and we can try to pick one of those and iterate them or upscale them or just redo it. So let's just which one do you like best?
The top right is kind of like the composition, and lighting on that. It's a little bit more dynamic than the other ones.
Yeah.
And
I mean, bottom right is actually very close to some magic cards. Okay, so then you can just like U2 or U1 means upscaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and V1 means variations of 1, 2, 3, or 4. So now it refines this specific image, and you can see it's sometimes there are planets or moons, and sometimes it makes them into clouds, or so there's a lot of variation you can choose from. So this is like way faster.
Once it's made a variation, you can build off of that, and you can refine it and refine it and refine it, correct?
Exactly, yeah. We can choose to maybe upscale an image we like. And when the image is upscaled, we have a few more options to choose from.
For people to understand, the AI has basically been trained on the vastness of the internet, the World Wide Web, just to see all the images that have kind of ever existed, and it's taken from that data set to learn how to draw a castle, to learn how to draw a moon, and to paint or draw that in various different styles. And that's why it's able to create all this imagery so quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So now we upscaled like one of the images, and before we had this cloud landscape and everything, and then now made it into this kind of tree-like
fantasy world above. Yeah,
fantasy world above. So it changes, and sometimes you don't get what you want, and but yeah, you can just iterate on it. So now,
unfortunately, I didn't record the most pivotal moment of our chat, so bear with me. There's no audio of when we came up with the prompt for SHIPtember. All right, welcome back. It's been a month, and Till, you've done some work on your version. I've done some work on my version. And without further ado, let's jump into it and show each other's work. Oh, dang. My gosh. This is a... Whoa. All right. I like that you did not take this literally one bit. It's not a literal translation, but it's phenomenal. And I desperately want to build this. This is... Whoa. The one that's like more refined that you did. This is something really slick. I love it. I like that you're taking some of the parts of this. You're taking some of the stuff from Midjourney and you're using it more as an ideation. You're just kind of like running with it and creating an idea based off of the idea. You're not directly translating. That's kind of what I did. I kind of did a direct translation, but
yeah, yours is amazing, man. You took a different approach, but it turned out really cool. Also, the final rendering is very, very crisp.
So on that final rendering, I have some assets I found online years ago. Mitch Meyer's Planet Pack, and when I looked at that Midjourney image, I was like, okay, you know, AI is... They're terrible at two things I've noticed. They can't do hands. They can do wonderful faces, but AI still can't figure out how to do a human hand. And ellipses. AI is, for whatever reason, AI is terrible at drawing ellipses. Like, circles in perspective. And that background, to me, looked like a ring of some sort. Like a celestial ring. So I was like, hey, why not throw Saturn in there? And imagine this spacecraft as some sort of far off in the future Chinese scientific research spacecraft called like Honghai, which is Red Sea. To me, the fun part of it was that there was nothing, absolutely nothing defined on the other side of the spacecraft. Like, so I had free range and I could make it up as I went along. The thing that was kind of a nightmare with this project was it's completely asymmetrical. There's nothing... Nowhere on the spacecraft is symmetrical at all. And when it comes to building something out of Lego, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I see. Like the whole left side, also on the back shape, so everything's 100% asymmetrical.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting that you you took the approach of like this very flat back, which is really interesting because it could be some sort of
solar sail or pail.
And I think that's really interesting because when I saw the shape, I was more like, okay, this is something with some sort of volume to it, but you took a completely different approach, and you really looked at it. I mean, this is I'm looking like at the original image and your interpretation, and it's super. I mean, it's super close.
The thing that started the entire build was that glass dome. Mm-hmm. And I was imagining all these lights along as being like rooms or something, but then realized they don't necessarily equate to the scale that I wanted to put it at. So they're just like flashing lights of some kind on the spacecraft. But yeah, like I like that you like interpreted that glass dome into like this energy source, and
now reflecting back on it, like this, with the blue, it's like no blue in the original image, and I was like, this is I saw this glass dome in there, and I was like, okay, I kind of think that's interesting. That's something I want to work with. Like this huge back section. I mean, the design itself is kind of interesting as well because it has this huge back area that is like a very low detail planar surface, like that brings a lot of just some quiet area in the design, which I really like. Was like, yeah, that's okay. And then I thought about like the front end, and I thought like, yeah, this could be some sort of gun. Like this crustacean thing was kind of, it's super organic, and
Yeah.
I think it's insane that you managed to recreate it like with Lego bricks, and it still looks like super organic, which is insane. Yeah, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make this a gun and simplify this a little bit, and then the gun has like this fuel thing, and this will be the glass dome, and then I had to fit a cockpit of some sorts into there, and I also took like the side leg thing a little bit more loose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you made
shifted it
yours
around.
more linear, but it's got this. This is one of the things I love about your work, and like the previous video with Long Che, is both of you guys have this very creature-like, organic approach to your machines, and I think that's one really cool thing as creative people, designers, concept artists, is can you make your vehicle a character of its own?
Yeah.
The cool thing about this, showing that AI doesn't have to be this scary new frontier, that there's actually good things you can use. Like, I used a direct translation to create something that's probably the most challenging spaceship I've ever built. It challenged me in new creative ways and how to interpret that, but keep the essence. And then you showcase how it is a tool to inspire and influence you, not necessarily something you have to be, beholden to, but you can expand upon, and it helps you ideate faster. Like, would you have ever come to this spacecraft design without Midjourney's help? Maybe after thousands of your own sketches, but this sped up the process so that you could do that overpaint, go from there, and like, no, I'm going to make this my own now. I have a place where I started from, now I'm going to go here.
Yeah, and I like this whole process. I mean, you could still like use 3 or 5 images and bash them together in Photoshop and create something this way. But yeah, Midjourney's or AI tools are much more playful. I think it's like super fascinating to just to toy around with them, and it's a like a fun start to a project as well. It's not like now I have to make this work and warp this around, but you're just sitting there and typing something in, and eventually there's something with potential, and you see some sort of shape in there.
So what do you guys think? Isn't that incredible how diverse and different these ideas are? And I think that's the point. AI is this incredible tool. I don't think we should be that scared by AI, as long as we use it as a tool. It's something that should inspire us as creative people and digital artists. We can use these to create new ideas. For example, Till and I have vastly different designs, and I think that's the beauty of it. Would the computer, the AI, ever create something that is that different based on what it started with? Would it know how to interpret the back of the spaceship like I did, or create something so extremely different like Till did? I doubt it. I think that we've been given this incredible thing, our human brains. The imagination and creativity that we can come up with, I believe AI has yet to match. It references everything that's out there in the world, but who came up with that? We did. It's referencing things that we have made. It's referencing nature. It's referencing other things that have been created. But we are the ones who have endless creativity. And we can use AI as a tool, harness its capabilities to build off of. Not create art from scratch, but use it to propel ideas, to create new designs like Till and I did this month. So I hope you are encouraged. I hope you learned something today. Please make sure to go check out Till's work on his Instagram and his other socials. Also, you can go to my Flickr and Instagram, links in the description, to see the work that I produced on this SHIPtember. And also go check out all the other incredible and crazy and cool designs people have made this year for SHIPtember. Until next time, keep creating. God bless.